Thank you, Menus of Change, for bringing together so many leaders across the food industry to talk about food, health, and sustainability. What an incredible opportunity to learn from one another and embrace our personal and our collective responsibility to take action on climate change. Because climate change is here and it's now, and it's already disrupting our food systems. It's one of the most personal impacts of climate that you will see. What could be more closer to home than the food we eat and what we feed our children? What could be more pressing than making sure that our actions today support a future that will provide enough healthy food for our kids and their kids? With climate change, we're looking at how to feed a growing population while confronting more intense heat, droughts, and floods, on top of the environmental challenges we already face from industrial agriculture. And science now tells us that rising carbon dioxide levels can make staple crops like rice and wheat less nutritious. We need to change the way we think about producing food so that the planet can feed us now and for generations to come. You know, today 55% of the rivers and stream miles in the United States are too heavily contaminated with nutrients from runoff to have healthy ecosystems. Droughts and floods will force communities to choose between enough drinking water or producing enough food for their children to eat. And in today's world, that has to be simply unacceptable for any community to have to face that choice. Ensuring we have a sustainable food system is a big challenge, but it is by no means insurmountable. Everyone sitting in this room is an important part of designing solutions. Your engagement can help shape the way we produce our food, and with your creativity, we can find paths forward to make healthy and sustainable eating enjoyable for everyone. And that is really the key, helping us grow healthy food that people will not only embrace, but demand. So how do we grow food to make sure that we have rich soil, that we don't rely on fossil fuel fertilizers and pesticides, and that actually regenerate our soil, which is the lifeblood of our planet? How do we make the shift to organically based farming? How do we keep food local? How do we stop wasting 40% of the food that we produce between our farm and our table? If food loss and waste were a country, it would be about the third or fourth largest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions in the world. Right now, I'm awaiting the birth of my new granddaughter. Yoo-hoo! That's why I'm not with you today. She is, for me, the face of climate change. She will only be 31 years old in 2050, and that's the year when science tells us we have to be well on our way to a zero carbon future if we hope to keep carbon pollution levels down so we can avoid the most destructive impacts of climate change. So I ask each of you, find a way to make climate change personal and make it personal for everyone you speak to. Get people to understand that it is not about polar bears and glaciers. It's about our children and grandchildren and their future. In many ways, we hold that future in our hands because of the decisions we make today that will inevitably shape their world. It is possible to feed the world a healthy and sustainable diet by 2050, but it will require major changes in what we eat and how we produce our food. I have no doubt that we can make that happen, but it will take the engagement of people in all countries if we hope to succeed. Climate change is by far the biggest public health threat that we face today. But we do have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to take actions to ensure a healthier, cleaner, and a more just future. And nothing is more central to that future than nutritious food for all. Thank you.